Welcome to the Grown Folks Table. Pull up a seat and be ready for real women discussing real issues at the table. And now your host, Alicia Cash, Vicki Turner, Dr. Libby, Dolores Grizzle, and Joyce Littell.
Welcome to the table. Welcome to the Grown Folks Table. I'm here surrounded with my fabulous sisters. Are y'all ready to have some grown folks conversation tonight?
Yeah. Every week, baby. Bring
How y'all
it.
feeling?
Feeling
Wonderful.
good, girl.
I feel fine. I got a little knee ache, but I'm good.
A knee ache, okay, and she's still feeling good. We gonna lean with it and rock with it.
You better say it.
Yes. Well, let me just say this. The buzz is out. The streets are talking that the White House will have a new aide named Keshia. And she's not a stranger to the people that live here in the city of Atlanta because she's our former mayor, Keshia Lance Bottoms. What do y'all think about her new appointment? What does that mean for us as women, especially black women?
Oh, wow.
I think we're all celebrating it.
Yeah.
I think, I was at her inauguration when she was sworn in as mayor, and it was a beautiful thing. But she said, "A girl named Keshia." A girl named Keshia, and so now a girl named Keshia on her way to the White House.
On the way to the White House.
And so I celebrate
top
her.
spot.
Yeah, she's a smart woman, and you know what I think is very interesting. A lot of people thought that Joe Biden would have given her an appointment much earlier, right? And some things were offered, but they were not the right thing.
Right. Yeah.
And she had the patience and the foresight to wait. We jump ahead sometimes.
Yes.
But she waited, and look at what Sister Girl is going now. I'm excited.
Yeah.
And I think we've talked about that before, about the timing.
Yeah, that's it.
So it is her time, and we're truly excited about it as women because women are doing just some tremendous things right now with women running for office. And what's going on in Georgia with the governor's race. So we're just so excited about all these women, and of course she being a part of Atlanta. Yeah. And just when we talk about the OGs, just part of knowing her father.
Yeah.
From back in the day. So we're excited about her. She's a very smart woman, as Vicki pointed out. She is, and I like the fact that she took a step back to think about family.
Come on.
And her children, which is very important. Her husband. And you look at the whole landscape when you're going to make moves. This one was a chess move, and when you're playing chess, we know it's not a fast game. But you sit back and you do things strategically. And so
that's it.
I think it has worked out. The timing is here. It's her time, and I'm excited for her.
Yeah,
That's why she didn't run.
come on.
I mean, that's what she knew it. She knew it. I'm glad you knew it too, Keshia.
Right.
I mean, I'm very excited for her. But she saw that I could be mayor again because there was no reason that she wouldn't have won.
Yeah.
Right,
I could be mayor again, but I can also fly in what is it called, Air Force
One. Exactly.
Let's see which way I'm going to go.
Yeah.
So I think in life, I could say that for myself, and I'm pretty sure all of you can say you do look for level up moves.
Yes.
You do think
Level up.
Come on,
you
level
do
up.
think about it, and you position yourself into opportunity and a possibility.
Yeah.
And she had positioned herself for that.
Yeah.
So been there, done that with the mayor thing. Let me go up here and rock this White House. So that's what I admire about her and any other woman that does that in their lives.
Yeah.
It's like position yourself to level up and to make those moves.
Yeah.
And only as women should we be there to say, go for it, girl.
Yes.
That's right.
We're there for no matter what folks say. You still do what you do to make the moves that you're making. So hats off to you. Holla at your girl when the next White House party.
Come on.
and she's doing something that's in our wheelhouse. Director of the White House public engagement.
Yes.
You know, so she's great with the public.
Yes.
You know, and so I think it was a great move for her. I mean, I know there were some opportunities for her to even be on CNN, which we could easily see her in that space as well, leaning into commentary and dealing with the public. But this, I believe, you know, is a greater fit for her. You know, and the skies is just the limit even after this move.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, you know, I always say a smart woman is a strategic woman.
Yes.
And we don't just say yes for the sake of saying yes. And I think the very first time that she was offered whatever the role, I can't remember the role that
Ambassador
that
the Bahamas or something.
And so she turned it down and said she likes being mayor, because I think she knew that was not the right role for her, and she knew that she could do more, and she waited. But she also knew she had to get out the mayor space, because she knew that they were coming down on her, and that second run was going to be tough.
Yes.
They were going to try to get her out of there, and they were going to bring up all kind of stuff, and they was going to use everything that happened at that Wendy's on her. So she was going, and you know, those officers, they came back, and when they went and did the investigation, it was decided that she jumped the gun. So all of that was going to come back to haunt her. She knew that it would be a hard run, and I just believe that Biden told her, just hold up, I'm coming back to get you.
You know, I can truly believe that, because I think everything's about succession planning.
Oh, yeah.
And I do think, I feel wholeheartedly what you're just saying.
Yeah, because that person came out.
To hold out, because he knows, being at the top, and I say that just being a president at my level. Yeah. I know what is coming. I know who need to hold out and who I'm
leaving.
Looking at and who I think could be the next president. Yeah. All those things. So you know those things. And so I truly believe that. And I think with a lot of prayer, because we all believe in that, and she does too, that she prayed on what to happen in the time that it would happen, and to be ready. And she had talk about being ready.
And she also had an opportunity to work with the Biden administration. You heard her say a lot of time, working with the Biden administration was totally different than working up underneath the Trump administration. So you had a mayor that was caught in between, being a leader between both administrations, and was able to say, okay, I can thrive up underneath this leadership. This is something that I can kind of, you know, work with and work under. And even though, I do agree with you, Libby, too, when it comes to her knowing that mayor, that if she was to run to be reelected, it was going to take a lot.
It was going to be dicey.
It was. It's going to be quite, because we know that crime is just a huge component to run against and run over. I mean, and every large city was impacted by crime by some measure. And it's an elephant in the room that sometimes, you know, the truth is, do we really have a solution for it? You know, and so when you figure that there's not really a solution for it, you know, like,
well, it's the the Republicans' card.
Yes,
that's what it is. So when they deal with the crime, they know that their quote unquote constituents are thinking black people are violent, and so she knew that card was going to be pulled, and that was going to be a hard card for her to go against, because there were also not only Republicans angry with her, there were also some Democrats that were not happy with her being the mayor. And so she knew that there was no need for her to gamble. And why should she gamble? She knows that she was one of the first people to endorse Biden. She knew he was coming back to get her, because she endorsed him first. She stood out when people were still vacillating whether or not they wanted to jump out there. She jumped right out there. So she knew he was going to come back, and Biden knew that the person that she's going to succeed, that person was coming out. So it all worked out the way it should. And you know what we don't know about her, or some people who don't know about it, she's a connector in chief. She knows people from all gamuts. Number one, again, her husband is not no dummy.
Yes, that's right.
He's sitting at the top of Home Depot. And so that's connector in chief. They're connected some high power people, and she also got even those persons who are in the rap game, you know, R&B folk. She got a lot of people that were in her pocket, and Biden needs that to run again.
That's influence.
You know what?
That's what he needs, that to run again.
I remember hearing when she was contemplating whether she had raised a lot of money,
Yeah.
a considerable much money.
Yeah.
But the Buckhead, they threatened.
Yeah.
You know, deal with your economic development, deal with your solid base financially.
Yeah.
They threatened to pull out
They did.
and establish their own city.
Yep.
So that was a threat hanging over her, because that's sometimes how they play that game.
Good
Yes.
point, Vicky.
You know, we take our marbles and we're not gonna play with you anymore.
Right.
Close up the purse.
And so,
Yes.
but she had the wisdom. I think that she's a discerning woman.
Yeah.
And also, ladies, I think she's got the right circle of people around
Come
her.
on and say it.
Yeah.
Come
You
on.
you don't walk this walk by
No,
yourself.
by
No, that's
yourself.
correct.
Not.
Yes.
In fact, you make a mistake to think that you can.
Yes.
But she had the right people around her, discerning the times,
Yes.
discerning the relationship.
Yep.
Now, there are some that would say, you got to be mayor. Hold on to mayor. It's always a 2-term mayor, because
Yeah.
that was a narrative. It
Yeah.
was a
Right.
narrative.
Yeah, it was.
It
It's
was.
always
Yep.
she's one of the rare ones, but she knew
Yep.
that was the position to catapult her
Right.
to the next level in life.
Higher ground
And
was
all
calling.
the things that were going on
Yeah.
during
Right.
that time, she managed, through that.
Yeah.
She managed through those things
Yeah.
that gave her a whole nother look and a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Yes,
because it was a lot going on during that time.
Yes, it
so
was.
I mean, he knew what he was doing.
And we know her father. She ain't from the suburbs. Let's be clear.
Yes.
Let's walk real heavy about it. She from the streets. Her mother is from the streets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hairstylist.
Yes.
From the streets. Her father from the streets.
That's right.
Yes.
She gonna have the right circle around her because she know how dirty dog people are. So she has discernment, but she's street smart.
Yes. Yeah.
And that gets you
It's
a
work
long way in this political game, because it is a grab and snab, and it's a dirty game.
It is.
And she never flinched when they came after her.
That's
She
right.
never showed them her emotion. They never could tell which way. She kept a poker face with that
What you
thing.
talk
And
about?
that's straight up street right there. You ain't
Yes.
gonna know which way I'm coming.
Yes.
But when
She
you
did.
come for mine, you
Yes.
gonna know.
That's
and,
good.
And guess what? I'm not showing my card, but I'm doing deals in the back room.
Yep.
That's what kind of person she is. And I like that. And that's
do
why
too.
she's going to do well. And she's going to be an intricate part in him being reelected.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I truly believe that.
Yeah.
Because when you always talking about Buckhead, now Buckhead has always been a thorn in the side of every mayor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Consider it.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right, Dolores.
That's what's been driving every
Yep.
mayor
Yep.
pleasing Buckhead.
Yes,
Right.
pleasing.
And so
Yes.
That's
it's
right.
pleasing Buckhead.
Yeah.
But I am glad to see that she did not. That's what separates her from so many of them, because she was
That's right.
smart enough. That was a chess move I said earlier. It's being smart enough because she saw the big picture.
That's right.
And so she knew what was coming down the pipeline.
And she passed that same thing on to Andre too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, she said the
Yep.
same thing, that to kill the conversation. And so those of you that are watching, Buckhead is a community that's in Atlanta that is where a good bit of the
Affluent.
affluence and money is in the city, and
Yeah.
wealth in the city. And so she wanted the conversation to be killed with them being separate from the rest of the city, because other opportunities for things to happen in the city
Yeah.
was coming to Atlanta. And so if it doesn't look like we're unified and that we're separate, then
Yeah.
that will make us unattractive
Right.
to some future business deals. And so I like the fact that she laid the business on the table,
Yeah.
and her branding was important
Come
behind
on.
that, to
Yeah.
know how to do business
Yeah.
in the city.
And to understand that there is something great in waiting.
Absolutely.
And,
It is,
and
Libby.
there is something great in waiting. We don't always have to do it right now. Don't
Right
be
way.
too greedy for the dollar.
Come on now.
Don't chase
on.
the dollar. Chase the purpose. Chase the opportunity. And she is an example of that. And that's what I love about her. She did not chase the glam.
No. Yep.
She waited, and
She's
she was patient.
strategic.
She's
Yep.
very strategic. And let's just put it in the spiritual context. We know if we God's children, God's coming back to see about us. So we don't have to rush to anything. We can wait on the Lord. He got us.
Yeah.
And she is an example of that. So to me, I think I'm excited to see what she's going to do, but I don't think this is the end of her. I'm excited to see where she goes next.
Oh, yes.
And what she does after that.
Yes.
It's just, as Dolores said, this is a great time for the African American woman, and we're about to see some great things. She's going to bring some folk in the house.
Oh, right.
I
It's
believe that.
empowering.
Yeah,
to
the
me.
cabinet
Yeah,
about
it
to be
is.
colorful. More
love
than
that.
it is.
More
Yeah.
than
More
it
than it is,
More
because
than
it
it
is
is.
quite colorful,
Yeah.
Right, it is
now.
Because
Yeah.
I stand on the statement, if you want to see something get done, you find you a black educated woman.
Come on.
It's the truth.
And she will get it done.
Come on.
You know, and it's funny that you said the statement about not rushing, because I just talked about don't be hungry. Don't just be hungry, be prepared.
Come on.
So she was preparing even for this moment
yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
And so let the viewers that are watching, and especially women, because that's mostly who comes to our table and hear our
Yeah.
talks when we
Yeah.
have our grown conversations.
Yeah.
Be empowered by what to do in the waiting, and that's the preparation
Yes.
piece.
The win. Yes.
You know what, Eve? The 10 virgins. in the
Oh, I
Bible.
just talked about that. Yes, even though this is not a Bible study,
you
but
gotta
I
go
did
down
get
with it.
excited real
Always
quick. But
gotta
go
go
ahead,
there.
go ahead and
With
talk
it.
about it.
I
Lean
mean,
in
that's
with
your
it.
thing. 10
Yes.
of them
Yep.
were told, get ready,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
right? Opportunity is coming.
Yep.
But 5 of them said, look, I'm tired. I got to go take a nap. and when the knock came, the 5 were ready.
That's
the
right.
oil was, the lamps were trimmed. They were ready. But the 5 who took the nap, I like to call it a nap, the 5 who went sleeping begged for some of their oil.
That's right.
And they said, if we give it to you, and see, I'm a giver, so I like to give. But see, I might have missed my opportunity.
Yeah.
So you can't always give it away.
They were the foolish ones.
They had an opportunity that
Yeah.
they missed.
Yeah.
And so they said, we can't give it away to you, because if we give it to you, then we'll come up short. Go find you some oil. They went looking. By the time they came back, it was too late.
That's it.
So what you said is key
Yep.
in the waiting, and there's a waiting for all of our lives.
Yes.
And you can't put a time on it. We don't know what that is.
Yeah.
But if we wait and prepare,
Oh, my
when
goodness.
opportunity comes,
Well,
You're ready.
and the thing about it is, it also says, we said about circles, but it also says she has a supportive husband.
yes.
A partner that supports her in being able to move about to these different levels. That's important too.
Oh, hugely.
To make sure that you got somebody in that house with you that's going to be in support of you and not be in competition with
Yes.
you and not be envious of you.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's a great thing, that he allows her to shine in the way that she shines, and he's just pushing her forward. Just keep going, baby. Keep
But that's
going,
a
baby.
man who knows who he is.
Confident.
Oh, yes.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
He knows
Talk
who
about it,
he
honey.
knows
And
who he
I
is.
think about that when I had to prepare for the Red Dress brunch that I just had 2 weeks ago, and the intricate part that my husband played in the backdrops, you know, and there were times I was laying in the floor like, why did I pick a 5-star hotel? And he was just like, I just believe you're in the right space at the right time.
Come on, talk it,
I mean, he
Cash.
was pushing me,
Yes.
pushing me. He came up with strategy and plans.
That's
and
right.
He was like, oh, get the men
Finance.
involved. And
Yes.
oh yeah. He financed what he had to finance. And
Yeah.
he called people to help finance.
Come on.
And so that's what you do need.
Yeah.
The connectivity, the people that were around you. I had support. People reached out to say,
Yeah.
what can I do to help you? I was like, just share. help me recruit.
Yeah.
Get the word out.
That's right.
That type of thing. And that really did help. And so
Yeah.
having people around you to do that,
Yeah.
to support you, and they want to see you win
And believe
and believe
you.
in you.
Yes.
Oh
and
my
believe
God.
in
Yes.
your
That's the
dream.
thing.
Yes.
Come on.
I mean, in all of our lines
Yeah.
of work, but in mine,
Yeah.
I don't think I would have been able to do the things that I were able to do had it not been for Jay and my support
Yeah.
system.
Yeah.
You know, I never forget having a conversation one time about even babysitting, and God rest his soul, but Si and I were talking one time, and I said one thing that the difference in men and women is that if someone asks you to come and appear and host and everything, you can answer just like that. I said, but if they ask me, I got to think about my child and say, well, can I get back with you?
That's right.
But in my case, because I had that support system, I could answer. I could answer right then. So it is vitally important for her level and every woman that came to your red dress brunch, if they had that kind of support, and they appreciated it, because that's the other thing. Now, after you saw that man do all that he did, you were supposed to show him some kind of appreciation.
He got appreciated.
That's what I was talking about. And that's all. Sometimes that's all they need.
Yes, but there go that bedroom voice.
Y'all see it
We're not done appreciating.
Let me tell you.
So I mean, it is vitally important.
Do it all you can.
You know what?
Yes. I believe in you, girl. I believe in you.
She can write the book now.
I believe in you.
This is the thing I think is important too, because having been around women so much of my life and tried to support women, all women don't have it.
No.
Okay, now I want to talk to those. I think it's important because this is a message for all women, not just married women, not just those that are in significant relationships, not just those, because all women can accelerate, all women can grow, and all women can become successful in all they are intended to be. So it's not just, I'm grateful that I have a husband. I'm grateful we have our husbands and we celebrate. But there's a circle. Sometimes you got to look at what's around you that you may be missing, that you need to help shape the next move for you. It could be a circle of women. It could be men, friends, whatever. I think it's key that women shouldn't be felt that they are held back because they're getting married or that they got a divorce. I just want you to know a lot of women are hiding behind that. I don't have anybody like that. I don't have a Pastor Tony.
That's right.
But I'm saying this is a message for all women.
It is.
I mean, and I can speak to that as a single woman, a single woman in her 40s. You definitely, even in your dating space, when you sit across that table and have dinner, that's part of the conversation. You talk about your aspiration. You talk about your dreams. You talk about things that you want to do. The problem is we have been taught not to share. So we sitting at the table with the representative trying to be cute, worried about the hair, worried about it, and we sitting there trying to make sure everything's looking good. Honey, let me tell you what I got planned in my life.
Right.
I want to blah blah blah. How do you feel about that? And so then you'll find out
It's good.
where that person is across that table, because that person is going to either say, I'm all for that, and I can tell you right now that in my last relationship, or I can tell you what my mother and my father did, blah blah blah. Or they're going to say, well, I guess that's good if you want to do it, then you just get, then right then that they're looking for some other type of woman. So that's an important thing that, and if you don't have that, as if you're single, you don't have that. You do find it in your friends. You find it in your family. You find
network.
Or in the networking space.
You have to. You can't make power moves like that without a network.
That's right.
And I talk about it in my
sacrifices.
In my second edition of the Little Red Networking book.
Come on, plug.
It's called Build Your Power Squad.
Plug.
And so women, you have to have a power squad.
Yes.
Women that are around you that are at a different level. They don't have to be at the same level. I prefer to have women at a different level than I am. Where I aspire to be, where I aspire to go. So then, guess what? They can help me lay out a plan. They can help strategically make moves, and I can glean from them. A lot of times we run into problems that we don't want to, we're intimidated by being around people that have more.
That's right.
Have greater. And so if you're the smartest person in your circle, if you're the sharpest knife in the drawer, then I ask you to reevaluate your circle.
That's right.
Good word.
You need to reevaluate your squad, and you need to level up. I think that's what you said earlier. It's time. It's a season to level up. Level up your squad and get someone that's been where you want to go. So they can have something to pour into you.
And know that there is a sacrifice to it. That we don't get success without a sacrifice. There were many times that Mayor Bottoms was probably not home. There are many times that she missed games. There are many times she missed dinner with the kids, PTA. She missed things in that sacrifice. So know that there is a sacrifice, but know when you should make that sacrifice and what for.
But you know what? Anything worth working for, to be great, Libby,
takes a sacrifice.
It costs something.
Oh, it does.
Absolutely.
You're absolutely right. That woman has had to make some sacrifices
Even
along
in marriage.
the way to get there.
Yeah.
That go back to that spouse. He had to know, release her to go.
Yeah.
Release her to go.
Mother come over, see about the kids.
Come on.
I think they are the most successful ones when you do have that support.
Yeah.
Because when you're out there on your own trying to do it and you feel you don't have that, I think you still you're a little hesitant because you don't have that support.
Yes.
You're trying to do these things and then you got boo-boo in the background talking crazy. When you like, I am trying to get here and get this next move, level up, as Joyce said. And but yeah, that is definitely what's needed.
Oh, you gotta have the support.
system.
You got to have
And what
that
Pastor
support.
said back to that, you definitely do not want to be the smartest in the circle.
Yes, you do.
I learned at a very early age.
That's
in my
right.
life,
Absolutely.
my career.
Absolutely.
I think that really helped me because I was never the smartest.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for pulling up to the table. As you can see, our walkaway is that you have to have a support system if you're going to level up. And congratulations, Miss Keshia Lance Bottoms, on your new appointment. We are cheering from you for you right here at the Grown Folks Table. Please make sure you subscribe to all of our podcast channels and make sure you lean into the conversation next Thursday. We'll be right back here at the Grown Folks Table. Good evening. Good night.
Good night.